Hello, devoted fans of Days of Our Lives. Welcome back to TV Days Drama Digest, where we dive deep into the emotional whirlwinds, shocking betrayals, and tender moments that define our favorite soap opera. If you missed today's explosive episode aired on October 24th, 2025, or simply want to relive the drama, you're in the right place. Buckle up for a roller coaster of heartbreak, revelations, and tangled relationships as we unpack every tear-soaked moment and jaw-dropping twist. This recap is packed with more drama, more detail, and more raw emotion than ever before. So let's dive into the chaos that unfolded in Salem today. A marriage in ruins, Sarah and Xander's devastating end. The episode opens with a scene so raw it could shatter even the hardest of hearts. The once unbreakable bond between Sarah Horton and Xander Kiriakis lies in tatters, shredded by betrayal and violence. The air in the Kiriakis mansion is thick with tension as Sarah, her eyes blazing with fury and pain, confronts Xander after his brutal altercation with Philip Kiriakis. The fight wasn't just a clash of fists, it was the final nail in the coffin of their crumbling marriage. Sarah, trembling with rage, rips the wedding ring from her finger, the metallic clink echoing like a gunshot in the silent room. "We're done, Xander," she declares, her voice steady despite the tears streaming down her face. Really done." The words hang heavy, each syllable a dagger to Xander's heart. She doesn't just kick him out of the house, she banishes him from her life, her daughter's life, and any hope of reconciliation. The camera lingers on Xander's face, a man broken, his usual bravado replaced by a haunting vulnerability. Later, in a heart-wrenching moment, Maggie Horton, Sarah's mother, finds her daughter staring blankly at the wall, the weight of her decision pressing down on her. "Is he gone?" Maggie asks softly, her voice laced with maternal concern. Sarah shakes her head, her lips quivering. "He's not coming back, Mom. I don't love him anymore. I can't love him anymore." Her words are a gut punch, not just to Maggie but to viewers who have rooted for this couple through countless trials. Sarah's resolve hardens as she declares that Xander doesn't deserve her love, her trust, or the privilege of being a father to their daughter, Victoria. The betrayal runs too deep, the wounds too raw. In a private moment, Sarah picks up the phone and dials Justin Kiriakis, her voice unwavering as she utters the words that seal her decision. "I want to file for divorce." The call is brief but final, a definitive step toward closing the chapter on a love story that once burned brightly but now lies in ashes. Meanwhile, Xander retreats to his room, a man unmoored. The camera follows him as he paces, his hands trembling with a mix of rage and despair. He grabs a delicate vase, a gift from Sarah during happier times, and raises it as if to hurl it against the wall. The tension is palpable. Viewers hold their breath, expecting the crash. But Xander stops, his chest heaving as he takes a deep, shuddering breath. Instead of destruction, he collapses onto the bed, burying his face in his hands. "I've lost everything," he whispers to the empty room, the weight of his mistakes crushing him. In this moment, Xander Kiriakis is not the scheming titan we've known. He's a man defeated, a loser in the game of love and trust. Secrets and suspicions, Stephanie, Alex, and Jeremy's tangled past. Across town, another storm brews as Stephanie Johnson sits down with Alex Kiriakis to unpack a painful chapter from her past. The conversation is heavy with regret and revelations, centered on her history with Jeremy Horton. As Stephanie recounts the messy details, vague hints of betrayal, heartbreak, and misunderstandings, Alex listens, his jaw tight, his eyes narrowing with every mention of Jeremy's name. The tension between these two men is a ticking time bomb, and today's episode only fuels the fire. The bombshell drops when Stephanie reveals the truth about the leak of Anastasia Sand's secret to Leo Stark. For weeks, Stephanie and Alex have pointed fingers, their trust in each other fraying under the weight of suspicion. But the real culprit is none other than EJ DiMera, whose scheming has once again thrown Salem into chaos. Stephanie's realization hits like a thunderbolt. She and Alex were wrong, and Jeremy, who has been working to redeem himself, might deserve more credit than she's given him. Maybe he's not the man I thought he was, she muses, her voice tinged with reluctant admiration. Could this be the start of a thaw in her frosty relationship with Jeremy? Alex, however, isn't ready to let bygones be bygones. His distrust of Jeremy runs deep, rooted in a history of slights and rivalries. Every interaction between them crackles with hostility, and today is no different. When Jeremy enters the scene, offering a cautious olive branch, Alex bristles, his words sharp and accusing. "You always have an angle, don't you?" he snaps, his eyes flashing with barely restrained anger. Jeremy, for his part, tries to stay calm, but the strain is evident. The episode leaves viewers wondering, will Alex's animosity push Jeremy back to his old ways, or will Stephanie's newfound perspective bridge the gap? A bond forged in love, Amy, Leo, Javi, and Tesoro. In a quieter, but no less poignant storyline, Amy finds solace in the innocence of Tesoro, the child at the heart of a contentious adoption battle. The scene opens with Amy, Leo Stark, and Javi gathered in a cozy park, where Tesoro giggles in his stroller, oblivious to the drama surrounding him. Amy, who recently discovered that Tesoro is her nephew, is visibly moved as she lifts him into her arms. The connection between them is instant and profound, a ray of light in the darkness of her recent struggles. As Amy cuddles Tesoro, she shares a bittersweet smile with Leo and Javi, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. "I didn't know how much I needed this," she admits, her voice thick with emotion. The trio spends the afternoon bonding, their laughter mingling with Tesoro's delighted squeals. But beneath the joy lies a shadow. Amy's thoughts drift to Sophia Choi, Tesoro's mother, who is currently in Bayview receiving mental health treatment. Amy updates Leo and Javi on Sophia's care plan, her tone a mix of hope and worry. "She's getting the help she needs, but it's going to be a long road," Amy says, clutching Tesoro a little tighter. The revelation of Sophia's mental breakdown adds a layer of complexity to the adoption saga. Johnny DiMera and Chanel Dupree, who have been fighting to adopt Tesoro, are gripped by fear as the episode unfolds. Sophia's inability to be held accountable for her lies and manipulations, due to her fragile mental state, throws the adoption process into limbo. Johnny paces their apartment, his hands running through his hair as he voices his worst fear. "What if we lose him, Chanel? What if we never get to call him ours?" Chanel, ever the optimist, tries to reassure him, but her own eyes betray her uncertainty. The camera lingers on their clasped hands, a silent bout of fight for their future with Tesoro, no matter the cost. The emotional tapestry of Salem. Today's episode of Days of Our Lives weaves a tapestry of raw emotion, shattered dreams, and fragile hope. Sarah's decision to end her marriage to Xander is a seismic shift, one that reverberates through the Kiriakis family and beyond. The revelation of EJ's betrayal rekindles old wounds and sparks new possibilities for Stephanie and Jeremy, while Alex's stubborn mistrust threatens to ignite further conflict. And at the heart of it all, little Tesoro becomes a beacon of love and connection for Amy, even as Johnny and Chanel face an uncertain future. The beauty of Days of Our Lives lies in its ability to capture the messiness of human relationships, the love that lifts us up, the betrayals that tear us apart, and the resilience that keeps us fighting. As the credits roll, viewers are left with a mix of heartache and anticipation, eager to see how these stories will unfold in the days to come. For those who missed the episode, our recap video on TV Days Drama Digest offers a front-row seat to all the tears, triumphs, and twists. What did you think of today's drama? Will Sarah and Xander ever find their way back to each other? Can Stephanie and Jeremy mend their fractured past? And will Johnny and Chanel secure their dream of adopting Tesoro? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and join us tomorrow as we dive back into the heart of Salem's never-ending saga. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.